You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart, and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. If you have someone old in your life right now, older, I was trying to give like a little summary here. Listen up, because we're going to talk about reverse mortgages. Hello, James.
Kia ora.
All right, kia ora it is. Reverse mortgages, this is your favorite topic. You are our resident reverse mortgages specialist.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it's a really interesting topic because there's pros and there's cons and stuff like that. So it's not for everybody, but it's a really interesting topic given the aging demographic that we have and the wealth that people have in their extreme wealth, really, in their properties. You know, it's pretty common for be mortgage free and have $1 million property these days, but not have any cash to speak of other than the pension.
Okay, so fill me in. What happened recently?
Generally speaking, I mean, I'm beginning to think a lot more. Like when we first got started in this business, it was, for me anyway, I was like, reverse mortgages, boom, that is such a great idea. And not great idea, great product. And we've got lenders that do a really good job of it that we work with. And so I had a strong opinion on it. But then when you get talking to people, there is a negative connotation.
Yes.
Because perhaps people have been taken, well, they certainly have been, historically taken advantage of, vulnerable people with reverse mortgages. But there's a lot of sort of rules and regulations in place now from the lenders that we work with.
To protect our vulnerable clients.
Absolutely. So, and what we're sort of learning is that it's not ideal for everybody, but if it's your only option, you know, as a last resort, and you need some money to live on if you're in your 70s or 80s, or if you need a operation, some kind of healthcare, or renovations to your house so it future-proofs it so you can live there, also that, you know, the younger generation can come and live with you. Or there's some really good pros. The main con, I think, when I say con, I don't mean to say con, I mean the main negative is that
We're not conning people
we're
here.
not conning people, is that you don't pay the loan back until you sell your house, which can be when you pass away or when you go into a retirement village or something like that. So if you take the reverse mortgage out in your 60s, early 60s.
And people tend to live to 90s and beyond.
Yep. You've got a huge loan to repay. So that is either it may stop you in your 80s from going into a retirement village because you won't have enough left of your $1 million property to pay for the retirement village. And the other thing is that it detracts from the amount that you might leave in your estate for the next generation.
Yeah. And it blows my mind how many people actually come to see me and they go, you know, I've got an aging parent and they might pass away soon, they might leave me inheritance. But they don't know if mom and dad has actually taken out reverse mortgage. And it's sad to think from one hand that those people are relying on that inheritance to help them ahead with their finances. And imagine the situation if the parents do pass away or sell the house and there's actually not much asset left.
Yep. And that is going to be fear that is likely going to happen because, you know, people are living a lot longer, but the healthcare, the costs involved, I think we looked into it because, you know, as you know, my mum passed away recently and we had an idea that it was going to cost $25,000 a month in the aged care. I forgot to that point. So, you know, there's, and this is what I think it's really important to try and do is that I don't think you cannot, it's much better for your future if that's like an added bonus or something later on, you know, but we really have to manage our own situation and just almost work as if you're not going to get anything. You know what I mean? Like I know
totally.
I think it's probably the way, it's quite hard to think like that if you think of the extraordinary assets that your parents build up.
But you can't earmark that for the future.
No, that's right, because it just might not be there.
Yeah.
And as we're learning, parents don't always. And I've been very lucky. You know, my parents tell me exactly what they have and what they don't have and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, we get to talk to lots of people and they just, what's that word, haste at the idea of talking to their family about their financial situation. So it's tricky. You just got to be open around your parents and not be too judgmental, I think, and it's their money, eh?
Yeah.
They can do what they want with it.
Exactly. And it astonishes me how many people get sad when their parents are doing whatever they want with their money and they go, what?
Yes. Yeah.
But that sidetracks you from the reverse mortgages topic, because what I want to understand is there a minimum of the age that you can be in order to obtain reverse mortgage?
Yeah, so the minimum age is 60.
Okay.
So, and that's what we're just talking about. Like if you do it at 60, it's...
So 60 is absolute minimum entry point. You can't be 55 or 58.
No, 60, yep.
It's got to be 60. And so if you win lotto, you can't just pay off that mortgage?
Yeah, you can.
So if you've got a lump sum, and let's flip it on the other side. And if you've got a child that is doing amazing, has good income, and finds out you've got this reverse mortgage and wants to, give you a lump sum to pay off, you can pay it off, right? You're not trapped. You don't have to wait for the rest of your life to wait to sell the house in order to get out of it.
Exactly. You can do that. And the other thing that comes up is that you will always own your house. They cannot get rid of you from your house.
That's good.
Which is often the first question. And it's obvious to us, but I don't know if that was always the case.
But it's also scary to think about it. I mean, I'm trying to imagine myself as a 65, 75-year-old person, and especially growing up in a time when there was not much technology available, and you believe people, and then you get burned because of whatever experiences you would have had, right, with finance companies at the time, because back then the regulations wasn't as strict as you were mentioning. So imagine being a 75-year-old vulnerable person, being so naive and really worried if someone is going to come and steal your house from under you.
It must be hard, because how do you know who you can trust? Because back in those days, because we've been talking about that a lot lately with my parents' friends, just about every one of them got burnt during those finance company days, back in just before the just before the global financial crisis. All those
Blue
finance
chip
companies
apartments
here, they were providing phenomenal returns, as you probably remember, but yeah, so it is hard. How do we make that jump? How do we provide this great service for those people who are actually
needing it?
They are needing it, but they are also getting taken advantage of in various other aspects of their life. So
it's a fine balance, right? And we have to look after them, and it's better if they come to us versus some sharks out there.
Yep, we have standards. We do have standards, believe it or not.
That we have to adhere to. James, what's the minimum interest rate?
I think the interest rate is probably, that's the thing, it's probably a little bit higher. It's a floating rate, so I would imagine it would be in the late 7s at the moment.
Which is, again, still not that bad. If you only need 50K, it's not that bad.
And the one thing we work out, or the lenders that we work out, is how that compounds over time. So you can get an idea of what your scenario might look like in 10 or 15 years. I mean, if we know how much money you want to draw down, I can help you with that. But, the people that we work with provide that service as well. And, it's a legal it's a requirement that you must get legal advice, like as you would when you go into a retirement home. There's all sorts of standards and stuff.
Okay. Awesome. Guys, thank you so much for listening in. I hope that has been useful. There's a lot of talking in this one, but the main message is there are options available for our older clients, and James is a great specialist in that now. So please do reach out. And if you want us to cover a special topic, let us know. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.